me know when you're rolling.
Hey, what's going on, my friends? It's me, it's Ken. We're doing the PiercingMetal thing. We are at MoCCA Fest, having a good old time, and we're going to look at the folks. The guys from Eyeland are here, and they struck my attention. So here is Nick and Michael, and they're both going to tell us all about what's going on. So what is Eyeland? Tell me.
So Eyeland is the name of my comic strip. We actually made two separate strips.
Okay.
But together, we come together for Comics People. Comics People is our YouTube, and you can get us there for all the great things comics. Basically, we are artists and educators, and Mike makes a great comic, and I make a great
That's
comic.
also a great comic.
Yeah. And we teach people how to draw. Yeah, what else would you say?
Try to hype people up. We try to just spread awareness, create community, get some extra eyeballs on this world of self-publishing, indie comics, and people know that indie people make music. People know there are indie movies out there. A lot of people don't know about indie comics. So we're trying to just
So then how important is a convention like MoCCA Fest for that?
Oh, it's huge.
Very.
It's enormous, yeah.
It's where we put physical, all the things that we're normally communicating digitally.
Yeah, and comic people come here, but they bring their friends who are maybe not comic people. Like it expands this little world.
It's cool too because we don't have to conflate commerce with capitalism. It's nice to have a local community that we can exchange goods and comics, in this case, with each other.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me if this was a Comic-Con. I said, not really. It's more like it's more of an independent publishing convention that has a comics bent. Yeah, trade show. Because
makers that do their own thing and put out their own books. I mean, we own the means of production.
Right. So tell me all about the Eyeland comic for a minute, and then we'll go to Mike's thing.
Eyeland started as an offshoot of anxiety. In 2020, I found myself with a lot of time on my hands. I forgot what happened, it's not worth mentioning. But then the character goes through a kind of like down the rabbit hole where they're trying to figure everything out. They go on this adventure, and through it, they figure some things out. But Eyeland is the stand-in for the viewer, the observer. And they go through these adventures in dream and in real world. And there's humor and philosophy. I don't know, every time I say philosophy, a bunch of people's brains shut off. But basically it's a lot of questioning, a lot of discovery, being curious, asking, what's the meaning of all this?
Very cool. Can you take us through an issue or two?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I can't leaf through it.
Absolutely.
So
here we have issue 12 with cover art by Steve Arnold, an amazing creator. And it starts with some wizards and some frogs and a cyclops, and we're in media res here, right in the middle of a battle. We get some great, old comic-inspired action, and more fantasy characters are introduced.
Wow, that's cool, and it's really well done.
Why, thank you. I appreciate that.
Looks really well done.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful adventure making all these comics. I've made 14 to date.
I have 14, and look at this. See, you're not able to see this until after we're done, but you'll see this table special. I bet you if you bother them and say, I saw this table special.
Yeah, maybe you'll get hooked up.
Maybe they'll hook you up.
It's all about who you know, right?
It's all who you know. So what is this here? This is fun. Make yourself a hero, make yourself a villain.
Yeah, these are activity books that are born out of my lessons with kids. Essentially what it is you roll a 20-sided die on each page and you get character traits, and then by the end you have a fully randomly generated character that you can write and or draw about in this book.
That looks like fun.
Yeah, it's super fun.
And this is the dice that they roll.
Yeah, and if you have your own dice, you can use those too.
Sweet. Now, Michael, tell me about your cool stuff going on here.
So my stuff's pretty all over the place.
I like that.
This is my most recent book. It's called ATP. It's kind of an action comedy. I watch a lot of action movies, and I wanted to try to make something kind of genre related with lots of physicality and fight choreography in it. So a personal trainer gets hired to protect a guy from assassins, and she thinks she's there to work out, and she ends up having to work with this wealthy guy, and there's kind of like some class hierarchy and gig worker themes. And yeah, it's going to be a 3-part thing. It's the first one. I'm working on the second one now. I'm really excited about it.
And what are these?
These are collections of drawings. So every time I finish a sketchbook, I pull out my favorite parts of the sketchbook and I just bind them into a little book. This one was all red pen, blue pen, black pen. No sketching, just write pen to paper. stream of consciousness, random, whatever comes out is what it is.
Very nice. Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, thanks. And it's the same deal. It's just brush pens, micron pens, uniball pens, whatever I have on hand. Some little kind of abstract comics in here too, but it's really just, you know, whatever's floating through the brain gets onto the paper.
Really cool, really cool.
Thank you.
All right, and what's this here?
These are original pages from a book I've done called Verge Escapement. This is from the first issue. I have issue 2 here, but it's kind of about time and how we compartmentalize time. And I just love working on these like hyper detailed panels where things are feeling alive. And,
Very detailed, very detailed. Is it better to put this kind of stuff out black and white as opposed to coloring it?
I don't like coloring. Is basically the summary of it. Like I like drawing. When the drawing's done, I feel like it's done. You can tell even like my covers are all black and white. So I don't know about better or worse, but I don't enjoy the coloring process. I like to draw, and then when the drawing's done, I feel like it's done. Coloring always feels superfluous to me. I don't know why.
Right. All right, I'm going to let you get back to the business of this table. It's really cool. We've got a lot of fun stuff going on. Mike, thanks. Nick's helping out,
Nice,
one of the fans. All right, my friends, so that's how it works. We're going to just wrap this one up and say, from Eyeland. It's Ken. Do the Piercing Metal YouTube thing. Do that subscribe, do the like, and notified bell, and all that there stuff. I'll see you next time. Bye.